Hi everyone, I'm Maggie Weldon from maggiescrochet.com, and I'm here to introduce you to a set of 7 videos, and these projects are all for dolls. That's the theme. And I'll start by describing the American Girl doll free patterns that are going to be on these different videos. First off, there's a hat, and this was made with worsted weight yarn, and it's a great project for beginners, and you can make it in any color, the flower any colors. So this is just started from the top. It's a double crochet circle on top and then straight down, and I think that's a really cute little pattern there, and it'll make a great gift for somebody. Second is we used the Sachet Mini, and we actually pulled up loops down the middle of the strand so that we could create this adorable little ruffled scarf for the American Girl doll. So then next we have a little filet popcorn blanket, and this could be used for the Barbie dolls or a little baby doll like this one. So this hair is like quite interesting here. So then we have patterns that we're going to show you how to do, and these come out of the Fashion Doll Wardrobe book that I published years ago, and all of these Barbie doll patterns are in this book, but we're going to give you the patterns on a blog post also. So we're going to do 3 separate clothing patterns for Barbie, and that is the purse, the skirt, and the halter top. And then lastly, very interesting, is the how to curl their hair. So when I did this book here, I figured out how to style their hair. So you could take a Barbie with totally ratty hair and put the perm rods in there, and then you dip it in boiling water, and then it takes the shape of the rollers. It's amazing. So her hair here looked like really crazy like this one, and then I was able to curl it and have it look like that. So it was a lot of fun, and this hair has been curled and you could style it. So it's a great project to do with grandkids or your kids, and they really enjoy it. I actually years ago I taught some kids at a little church sleepover, and they just loved it. So that's a lot of fun to do. So all of these projects are in separate videos, so if you're watching one, make sure that you watch the other ones, and please subscribe to our channel. It really helps us out a lot, and we'd love to hear your comments, and like and share our videos, and the links to everything are listed below. And now we're going to take you to a close-up, and Christina is going to show you how to make all these projects.
Hey everybody, it's Christina from Maggie's Crochet, and today I'm going to show you how to make this baby doll filet Afghan. This little Afghan is about 9 inches by 12 inches, makes it the perfect size for a Barbie doll or similar sized doll. This is made with a number 2 fine weight yarn and a size F5 hook, or the size you need to obtain the correct gauge, which will be listed in the pattern. So I'm going to be showing you how to make this today. I'll use this blue, it'll be a little easier for you to see, and mine's going to be just like a mini version. So you'll start by chaining 49. I've got about half that here. But you'll start with 49 chains and then double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. So skip 1, 2, 3, here's the 4th one right here. I'm going to yarn over, go right into that 4th chain, grab a loop, pull it through. I have 3 loops on my hook at this point, so I'll pull through 2 and then pull through 2. Now these skip chains, those first 3 that we skipped, we're going to count that as a double crochet. So right now we've got 1, 2 double crochets. So we're going to do a double crochet in each of the next 5 chains as well. So including those first 2, we'll have a total of 7. If you wanted to make this blanket for a slightly larger doll, say maybe one of those 18-inch dolls or something like that. You could certainly try this pattern using worsted weight yarn and a size probably an H or an I hook. I'm not exactly sure what the dimensions on that would be, but it would certainly be bigger than this. So if you're looking for a blanket for a larger doll, you could certainly try that. Alright, so I got my turning chain, my first double crochet, and then 5 more. Then we're going to chain 1, skip the next chain, so we'll skip that one right there, and then double crochet in the following 7. So I'm going to yarn over, I'm skipping this one, but I'll go into the next one to work my double crochet. So I'm going to do a total of 7, and then I'll repeat, I'll chain 1, skip the next chain, double crochet in the next 7, and so on across. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll come back and show you how to do row 2. At the end of row 1, your project will look something like this. You'll have 6 groups of these 7 crochets and 5 little chain 1 spaces. Like I said, mine's a little shorter. For row 2, you'll start by chaining 3 and turning. Now again, that's going to count as our first double crochet, so we don't need to double crochet in this first stitch. We are going to double crochet in the next 2 stitches. And then we're going to do a wrong side popcorn. The written directions for this are at the top of the pattern. And basically usually when you do a popcorn, it's going to pop out towards you, but right now we're working on the wrong side of the blanket, so we want to pop it away from us so that when we turn to the right side, the popcorn will be correct. So for this wrong side popcorn, you're going to work 4 double crochets in the specified stitch, which is the next one right here. So I'm going to yarn over and work my double crochet, and then work another one in that same stitch until I have 4 all in that one stitch. 3, and there's my 4th. Now at this point you want to remove your hook from the loop. I usually go ahead and make the loop a little bit bigger just to make sure I don't lose it. And then insert hook from back to front in the first of that 4 group. So my first one was this one here, just count back 1, 2, 3, 4. From back to front, and then grab the loop. You can go ahead and tighten it back up at this point, and you're just going to pull that loop through that first one and leave it on the hook. So you see how that made a bump kind of away from us? That way our little popcorn stitch is on the correct side. And then once you do that, you can go ahead and double crochet in the next 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. So it'll be a little easier to see now how that bumps up there on the right side. And then you'll chain 1, skip the chain space, double crochet in the next 3 double crochets, and then we'll do another popcorn stitch, so I'll show you it again. So right in the middle of this group of 7, in the center stitch, we're working 4 double crochets all in that same stitch. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go ahead and make that loop a little bigger so you don't accidentally lose it. Go to the first stitch of that set of 4, insert hook from back to front. That's very important because going from back to front is what makes sure that this popcorn stitch ends up on the right side. So back to front, get the loop back on your hook and pull it through that stitch, and then you're ready to continue on. So do 3 more double crochets here, chain 1, skip the chain space, and then repeat across in each group of double crochets. So I'm going to finish row 2 Row 3 is very similar to row 1, except you're no longer working in the foundation chain. You'll just be working in the top of these chains. But basically it's a double crochet in each double crochet, chain 1 and skip over the chain 1 spaces. So I'm going to finish row 2, do row 3, and I'll come back and show you how to do row 4. So by the end of row 3, your project should look something like this. You've kind of got little squares with a popcorn in the middle. You can see here how I'm on the right side and how all those popcorns are also on the right side. So for row 4, you're going to chain 4 and turn this time. So that's going to count as a double crochet, and then the last one counts as a chain 1. And then we're going to skip the next double crochet. So we're skipping this one and double crocheting in the following one. Then we'll chain 1, skip the next one, double crocheting in the following one. And you just do that all the way across. So we're creating all these little windows in our project. And then we'll skip over the chain 1 space as well and just go all the way across just like that. Row 5 is very similar to row 1. Basically, we're going to be starting this pattern again after row 5, then we'll be repeating rows 2 through 5. So let's say that I just finished row 5 here. You would chain 3 and turn, and then we're just going to double crochet in the next chain 1 space. So just take your hook and go right underneath that chain, just like that, and work your double crochet, then double crochet on the double crochet, and then in the chain 1 space and the double crochet, you'll have a total of 7, and then you'll chain 1 and skip the next one. So we're keeping this kind of little box type pattern. If you look here at the finished one, you'll see how all these little boxes continue to line up. So that's what you're aiming for. So if you see here, well, this has got an edging on it, but this is row 1, row 2 with the popcorn in it, 3, 4 is the one with all the windows, and then 5 is the bottom of the next set of squares. So that's basically it. So I'm going to finish up my little sample here, and I will come back and show you how to do the edging, which is pretty simple. When you've finished your afghan and you're ready to start the border, you should end on the right side, so all the little popcorns will be facing you. You'll chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not turning, we're going to keep the right side facing us. And double crochet in the same stitch as the last double crochet you just worked. So I'm going to yarn over, take my hook, and go right into that same place where this double crochet was done. Just like that. So we'll have this kind of corner loop there. And then we're going to work into the sides of the rows, chain 1, double crochet into the base of the next double crochet. So again, just yarn over, find that bottom. Now this is a turning chain, so it's going to be kind of just a little guess. Go into the top of that one. Then we'll chain 1, go into the base of the next double crochet. So that's right there, you can see where it's worked. And then we'll chain 1 and keep doing this down the side of our afghan. So again, we're creating all these little windows around the edge. And then when you get down to the bottom, we're going to end with a double crochet in this first starting chain. So I just chained 1, yarn over, go right into that starting chain there. There we go. And then to turn the corner here, we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and then kind of turn it so your work is upside down and you've got the starting chain here on top. So after you've chained 3, go ahead and do another double crochet in that same stitch. And then chain 1. Skip the next chain. So you see where that double crochet's worked. We're going to skip that one. Here's the next one. And we worked into only 1 loop of the starting chain to begin with. So there are 2 loops here. I'm going to go under both of them and work my double crochet. Then I'll chain 1, skip the next one. There's my next one. Again, going to go under both of those loops and double crochet. So I'm just going to finish doing that all the way across. When we get to the corner, again, there'll be a chain 3 to kind of turn the corner. We'll work up the side in a similar fashion, and then across the top will be even easier because we've got stitches to work into, and you'll just continue this kind of window pattern all the way around. Well guys, I hope you found this project helpful. If you've got any questions about this project, you can certainly ask them down in the comments below, and in the description you'll find the link to the pattern and everything else you'll need for this project. Thanks for watching.
So I'm going from this side to that side, and I'm going to pick up my yarn and draw that up and then finish my double crochet like. So if you do, let's say I've seen scarves made with only pulling 5 loops through, and they look amazing. They're really cute. They come out